Well, hello everyone. Welcome to today's stream. Today we are going to work on Nemithia and also work on what's left from the admin dashboard from the web framework system. I still need to implement some new features that I forgot. One of them being a health check system. Hello Vamp, you're early today. Normally you don't catch the beginning of the stream. Yeah, was explaining what's going to be done today. So, start off, let's work on fixing bugs in Nemithia, which is my 2D RPG, and I have a few bugs that I reported myself and that I need to fix. So, for now it's these two. Essentially, I need to fix the part where the bridges are appearing above the player and basically filter the shop window to only show the categories for that shop, which is something that at the moment isn't being done. So I'm going to start with the easiest one, which is to fix that bridge. If I go into Armor Town, one of these days I have to rework this map because it's quite a mess. For example, this part here isn't properly like rendering. Let me just not properly rendering, but it's not filling correctly all of the spots for the spawns. Okay, that should be everything. So now they should all spawn correctly. And now, let me see about that bridge. So if I go into, need to find out what layer is this. Okay, there it is. This should be on the ground section, and I noticed two things that were weird. Go ahead, you can tell me. I can create a ticket as well. If I can, trying to leave the school and find them is hard. Yeah, one of the things I need to do is basically shrink the school inside map and maybe make the events a bit more easy to find, because at the moment we have a huge map on the inside and even I sometimes get lost. So I was thinking to reduce the number of classrooms, making the library a bit smaller, and including some flavor text as well. I'm going to do the ticket here. So school improvements. Uh, it said meet with them at the house. Huh. I might have bugged something. I searched so many houses till I found it. Yeah. Normally the house will have some sort of identifier. Normally I identify the events with these markers right here that appear on the minimap, but I'll need to make it a bit clearer as well. So, but first would be the school, because the school is a bit hideous. Maybe make it more of a wooden house like this, and reducing the amount of rooms, because this is more like a really big Japanese school that was my basis at the time, but yeah, it's a bit too much. Uh, Here's size of the school. This like this. The size of the school. I like events better. Um, add flavor text to the books, and I'm going to also like include one for highlight events better. Now this one can, oh, doesn't allow me to create empty ones. Okay, my own system is betraying me. I thought I could create empty ones. Okay, 152 and way to highlight the events and make sure the quests are all clearly pointing to where the player must go and their text is clear. Okay, we can work on improving these a bit more. But right now they are registered in here and there's a lot of things in the to-do list. So I might break it down a bit more, maybe move this to a different release. I'm going to have to organize this a bit better. Update merchant sprites, that's another one. Yeah, there's still a lot of work to do in Armor. No, let me just see this. Because this needs to be in background and needs to be in the first layer, the first order in the layer. If I'm not mistaken, now the player shouldn't be below it. Let's see. Going to go into the title screen, just making sure everything is saved. Yeah, everything is saved. Okay. Let's see. Continue game. Okay, Unity crashed. I did barely anything. Wanna take another look at it, Unity? Wait for it. It's opening. For some reason it's opening on a different screen. Oh, there it is. Okay. So, what happened? Let me see if now it shows correctly. Okay. Which of these saves it the most recent? Should be this one. Where am I? Again! Why does it crash? Seriously, what's wrong with Unity? Okay, round 3. And going to check what is wrong with the logs on a different screen. Home, trying to remember which directory it's on. Let me put it in loading. Local share should be something like Unity. Unity 3D. No. Let me see if it continues to do it. Okay, yeah, there's something wrong. Trying to search on my folders. Where is the Unity log? Unity log location Linux. Config Unity 3D. Okay. Let me see if it's there. Yeah. Okay. Have this here. Let me see. What is your issue? The version script unknown is missing. That's normal. Exception handler. Installing breakpad exception handler for RFID. That's not it. How to connect CDP. Really don't care about that. Time. Okay, let's do it a different way. To open it again. Let's open it again, and I'm going to essentially debug it. See if with Rider I can find anything. Because these crashes are really weird. Okay, debug. I don't remember changing anything in the code, so something isn't working properly. Okay, you are debugging. If I need to upgrade the Unity version, I'm going to be pissed. Is all I'm going to say. Not going to touch for a bit. See if it crashes. Because last time it crashed like 10 seconds. So, okay. And it crashed again. So, this didn't catch anything. Right? Loading assembly, mono bleeding edge, system transactions. Okay. Showing something. Welcome, Mr. Study. How are you? Oh, Unreal Engine 5. That's pretty amazing. At the moment, I'm using Unity and Godot because they have C# code, and it's more of my taste in coding. But one of these days, I really want to learn Unreal. Just need some time for it. Let me see this error, because this is weird. Unity limits. Wait, is it because of the system it's trying to emulate? Is it not set to Linux? Is that why it's crashing? Because besides that, I don't have any other ideas. It should be loading properly. Let me see, build profiles. What are you on? Yeah, it's on Linux, which is weird. Okay, let's try a different save. Because maybe I broke the save or something. Let's see. Okay, now not even the save was the question. Okay. Moving on to the next point. Game dev. There's Nemithia here. Do I have some sort of plugin here? Shader compiler, no. Mono crash. I don't know how to open these. Or do I? Kate. Yeah, was what I thought. Let me see in here. This one, Nemithia logs. What day is today? But there's no log for today. Peculiar. Player prev log, player log. Let me see. Okay. Steam API init. Oh, wait, I know what's wrong. Basically, in my Unity setup, Steamworks isn't working properly. It's working on the final build, but okay, I did nothing this time. Alright, but the issue at hand is basically that Steamworks is trying to load, it fails because it doesn't detect the Steam client, and so boom, it basically stops working. It's really interesting. And my solution is basically for me to go into here and say disable Steamworks. As soon as I set that define, it stops crashing. See Seriously, I need to program something to prevent that if I forget to disable Steamworks. Because, yeah, that's not the first time it caused problems, and it won't be the last. What I think is because I'm using the Flatpak version of the Steam client, it's essentially messing up. So, yeah. Okay, let's try it now. Should be working. Okay, continue. Load this save. Oh, thank God. Yeah, okay. Let's go up here. Okay, now it's working properly. So, I need to go into here and say which one is this? M59. Okay. M59 bridge no longer on layer, top of layer. Commit and push. Waiting beta release. Okay, that was a simple fix, but if I didn't write it down in the ticketing system, I really forget about it. So, the next one, the shops. That's going to be a bit more complicated because my shops share the same window as the item box. So I need to be a bit more careful with what I do to it. Where's the item box? Item box holder. Okay, and should be this one. Okay, okay, it's showing here. So I need to filter out these categories depending on the shop type. Let me see if it's in here. Item screen handler. And the tabs. How do the tabs work? Do they have a specific category? They do. Okay. So if I edit this script, okay, push that. If I go open, open by, yeah, that's it. Okay. Item groups, item select, item X. Okay, but I'm not setting the category for this. Yeah, that's what I thought. Right, items. I'm also not sending the category here, which basically will do the trick. Shop category? No. Category. Item category. That's it. I don't think that's the right one. Let me see the shop NPC. What is your shop type? That's it. Okay. Shop type. And let's do something like switch. No. I can just say. Trying to think. Because everything ends up being a consumable at the end of the day. Let me see. Type. Case, bakery, materials. Okay. What would be, for example, item category that I'm not thinking about. Okay, there's a materials and there's a spells. Okay, I separated those. Good. Okay, so type case bakery, case fish, case food, case fruit, and case meat. We're going to say uh, tabs dot first or default, where e dot category is not equal to consumables. Oh, no. Where category is equal consumables, you're going to be set active. Okay, going to do it like this. Var tab, maybe not. Trying to think how I'm going to do this, because this is a tricky one. Yeah, category, select my default, select the spikes. Okay, let's do it like this. And not this. Extract method. We are going to have return type. Okay. Okay, I'm going to do this and extract method get tab. Okay. Okay, that should be fine. Hello Zir, how are you? Welcome to the stream. I'm currently trying to filter out my item window when I'm opening the shop window. Because at the moment it shows all categories, even those that don't belong to that shop. So I'm trying to filter them out. Tabs dot for each t dot game object dot set active false and item box tab dot game object dot set active true item box tab dot select tab. Okay. Is there anything else? Box tab dot doesn't seem like it. Current tab equals item box tab dot find not index. Oh, not that one. This one. Find index of item box tab. Is that not how it works? Oh, index of item box tab. That's why. Okay. For the others, I'm going to simply say they are all true. Like this. Okay. Hold up. So, now there's another question. Okay, what is this? Oh. Item box tab is equal to null for now. Okay, other case. Case equipment. We take this off and say item box tab not equal null. Okay. Oh, I need a break if I don't have the return. That's, yeah. Okay, this one is equipment, and now I need the same one for the skills. Okay, and spells in here. Okay, now I wonder if this works immediately. I'm going to put this here, debug, and see what it does. Okay, you can be disabled again. Okay, let's play and see how it looks. It's really hot today, so if you hear me like gasping or something, that's why. Okay, all compiler errors. Alright, I might have done something wrong. Oh, because of this. So this belongs to the screen elements shop type. Okay, and now it should complain somewhere else. Also, let me minimize this. Okay, clear, and here we go. If I pass the type in here, it should work. Let's hope so. Okay, did I miss something else? Okay, in here, shop type. Because of the dungeon room button, that's why. Okay. Okay. Let's test with the food category and see what it looks like. Okay. So all errors are fixed. Now we can test, see if everything is working. If I'm not mistaken, it should, without me having to change around the old items part. Okay. If I go into here, let's talk to this guy. Bye. Okay. Stop me here because of the breakpoint. That's correct. Okay, to return the right one, set active and say that's the current tab. And it works! Okay, I'm happy with that. Let me see in the case of selling. Okay, yeah, lets me select any of my items to sell. Okay, there's a happy little sword that costs nothing. Sell. Okay, some spells. Everything seems fine. Okay, that's another one that's basically done. Didn't think that was going to be that fast. And what's the ticket number? 55. Okay. Shops are now filtered by category when buying. Okay. That was kind of fast. I'm happy. Okay, can send that to awaiting beta release. And let's see what else I can grab. Full improvements, highlight events even better. New items. What do we have in new items? Create new items that will be used in the shop since now there isn't much of a choice. Yeah, that's kind of true. What do I have, for example, in here? Yeah. Hmm. Okay, I'll need to create the items and the sprites in this case. And besides that, what else? Create the remaining merchants. Okay, that makes sense. Apologies for that. I just need to check something here off screen because apparently one of my passwords is not working properly. We don't know. Sorry about that. Forgot to mute. Let me just check something. See if I can log in into that account. Because it's really weird. Yeah. Hmm. Oh well. I'll check it later. Alright. Let's design some new things here then. We need to go into this one. And one of these screens. Oh, it's this one. Okay, so what do I want to add? I wanted to redesign this school here. You know that ADHD thing where you have so many things to do and basically get unlocked? Yeah, it's happening a bit because there's a lot of things that I need to do here. Okay, so we have the groceries, we have the spells, equipment, and I'd say that's good for now, but you might need to look into adding more. I just need to find in the item library how the items are basically handled. Because I think I have something that says where it's sold. Just need to find it. Let me see. Name, by price, head equipment, equipment related. No. Yeah, doesn't say the shop type. So there should be something that defines. Here it is, shop manager. Shops per location: Armor Town, has one for food. Oh, this is the recipes and the items. Okay, general shop items. You have the food, the meat, rabbit meat. Okay, the bakery sells flour and has a recipe for. Wait, did I already have the recipe thing working? Because for the pie to be here, it means that it does. So I can kind of do something. Let me also add in here the berry pie slice, because we will want to basically sell that as well, but like make it more affordable if you craft it. Okay, okay. Now things are starting to click in. Okay, uh, let me see what else. We have the skills, that's correct. And we have the equipment. Okay, you can also craft equipment. Let me copy and paste. Okay, iron helmet, iron chest, and the iron boots. There it is. Because like we still want to sell them, but yeah, cheaper to basically create them with the recipes. Okay, bakery, etc. Alright, first let's see if the crafting system is still working, because I didn't test last time. It kinda went over my head. So yeah, let's test it. Mm, okay, continue. Open this one. Go to here. That window doesn't stay open for too long. Don't like that. Let me see. The blacksmith is the one that has crafting. Oh, yeah. Guess who forgot about the translations in here? Definitely not me. Oh god. Uh, I need to fix this. Because supposedly it should translate. Hmm. Okay. I need to find out how I did the item box. Create remaining merchants. Let me go into here, see if I'm still logged in. Yes, I'm still watching. So, crafting window levels 152 to do crafting window levels are showing incorrectly. Post the title or post the title and the page number. Apologies. But yeah, I can go into here, and that's a new thing to add to it. Window is also not preventing player movement. Save. Okay. Okay, it's definitely using up the resources. That's good. So at least the crafting works. I just need to fix the window. So open game manager. Let me see, craft recipe. Recipe menu handler should be this one. Yeah, recipe menu. Okay, should say craft. So let's go into the translations file. Let me open it up from here. Okay, I'm going to put this in here and say, let me see if I have one for crafting. No, I have one for create. So craft. Okay, should be item 25. So why is it not doing it properly? Let me see. Okay, apologies. Recipe menu handler. Okay, should be loaded up in here. Some description text. Where is title text used? In here. Okay, it's not from locations. Why is it saying locations there? That explains a lot. And the pages. There'll be another label in here. Pages. Where is this? Okay. So why is the text showing differently? Don't tell me I have a translation object in it. Half an hour later. Okay. Should be this text. Translate this. That's why. Okay. Let me see if I have text for page. I don't, so not going to add it for now. Okay, and the other thing is, why are you not? What is this? It's not a behavior, no. Instance behavior. Where T component. Okay, but it doesn't exactly implement the interface that I created at a given point. I UI control? Yeah, should be this one. Okay. So now it should... Oh. Hold up. Should be here. Oh, but it doesn't let me close, open, and the other are not implemented. So I'm going to implement them and say they are virtual voids so they can be overridden. Okay. I'm going to keep those throws there and see what happens. Because this code should fix the issue. Okay. Let's see. If it breaks anything, that will be really annoying. Oh, toy. Ugh. Preferably I should, like, close the window. Okay. Let's reopen this. Let me just drink some water. Alright. Now, hmm. Oh, let's say return false before this freaks out. Okay. Unless I already have code for that, but no. Okay, let it be like that for now. It shouldn't complain too much. Okay, let's go into here, open this save. I move without any issues. Okay, Armor Town. Let's go into, for example, the baker and create. Okay, it still blocks me. Alright. I wonder if it's because the thing that handles the UI controllers isn't updating to that one. Yeah, seems like it. Item screen. No, it's here. It's just not overriding that specific one. Okay, so let me say that this is override, and same for these ones, and here as well. Oh, no, here it doesn't work. Okay, so now this should work. Maybe. Because essentially it wasn't overriding the value it obtained from the higher class, and basically it started to have issues with that. So the other windows might also have that same problem, which might force me to just implement the interface on the separate objects instead of the main one. Okay, let me see if that works. Create. Okay, it no longer glitches out there. If I go to the buy window, okay, this code, I know it works. Okay. Yeah, this is funny because I still haven't implemented the thing. Uh, and there's something missing. And here it should be a list of item box tabs. For a very specific reason, the baker also sells the materials. So it should be something like I enumerable of type. Okay, and that should work. And item box tab dot any. If it has any tabs inside, we know it worked. And now it should be something like grab this dot for each, not the one I wanted to implement. Okay, I need to do it like this. Box tab. Okay. box tab dot select tab. First or default, and that should do the trick. So now the baker will need to be a special class in here, a special case I mean, where it returns consumables and materials. Or not an and, because otherwise it will show nothing, equals materials. And for now it should be that. Okay, let's see how it works. And the avatar froze. Hold up. Click the face. This capture. And okay, now it's working. Minor issues with Kalido. Okay, let's see how this looks. But yeah, now I'm a bit worried that it will start failing for other windows, because I don't know the extent of the damage. Okay, now if I go into here, yeah, the tabs are still not working properly, but it's almost there. Okay. Where is the thing that handles the tabs? Okay, one thing at a time. Set recurrent tabs or tabs count. Need to do something else, which is public. It can be a private list. Item box tab. Active tabs. Close. You can just say this. Return tabs where t.gameObject active self, and it can be an enumerable item box tab like that. Yeah, let me undo that and say to list in here. Okay, thinking how I can do this. Var tabs equals this. Place here. Update items. In here. Also want to get that. Okay. That's okay. Yeah, that's also good. Yes, yes, yes. Is there no other mentions? Oh, there it is. Okay. Is there anything else? Okay, the deselect tab can be... Okay, that should be working now, if I did everything correctly. Let me just see. Okay. Alright, continue game, open this up, and let's see, teleport to here. Let me see if now the tabs work. Okay, they seem to work. Item box still works. I'm satisfied. Okay. Fixed recipes screen and by screen tabs. Okay. Commit anyway and push. Yes. That's another one done. So let me close and let's go into... There's berry slice. Here it is. Also, it's not selling the pastel nata. Need to see what's going on there. Buy price. Let's say like 500. Don't know how many. Yeah. If we check out, basically it's now cheaper. Just buy the flower and collect berries. So yeah, that should work. As for this, in here let's say 290. How much health do you recover? So quarter of the max HP of the character. Alright. Okay, I'll allow it. Let me go into here and say shop manager. Okay. And grab me the... Which one of you is the baker? Okay, here it is. Going to grab the custard tart, otherwise known as pastel nata. A clever thing I decided to introduce into the game because of my Portuguese heritage. So yeah. Okay, let's see if it shows up. And that should be enough for health restoration items. The next thing I might want to do is increase the price for the scrolls, because it might be really cheap to buy them at the moment. Let me see. Buy. Okay. Can... Okay. And let's buy a few of these. Not enough gold. That seems right. I try. Yeah. Okay. The system is working quite nicely. I'm impressed. Okay. And now we have the flower, we just need the berries. If I go... Oh, this is carrots, not berries. Hold up. There are a few berry bushes around here. Let me Hey, how are you? My headphones aren't working, so I can. Can you reply in chat? Yeah. Hold up. Okay. Okay. That should be good. Okay. Now let me go and see if I can craft the berry slot. Oh, that's still an issue. Yeah, forgot about that. Let me go see what is causing that, because that's quite the annoying issue per se. Where is messages? Okay. Why is this here? Show me the message text and okay, it's not in there. Is it something with my code? Hold up. The text input is empty. So Text Mesh Pro is basically doing the issue. This extension I wrote. Okay. So I'm going to open this, pin the thing, and say in here I'm going to create a ticket and say item icons showing in messages when not related. The item messages are showing. The item icons are showing up after. No, showing up in the message box when message isn't related to it. Hello, Script Studio. I'm doing well. Currently trying to fix a lot of bugs in my game, so I can then proceed to the web framework again. Uh, Basically, I'm finding a lot of bugs that I didn't report or that pass me around, basically. What about you? How are you? Is there relate to it? Example given after collecting berries. Any message will show up with the berry icon. To do this bug, let me put in development. Okay. Crafting window labels, I didn't even check, but it's working. Thanks, brother. Hope you do the best. Yeah, gonna be a bit difficult, but I'll get there. Okay, it shows me as 4 berries. That's fine. So, this is done. I'm going to say name 63. Okay, it already went, so can't mark that as the fix. Alright, item icons showing in messages when not related. Let me see. Text to show replace. Okay. For this one, I might need some assistance regarding it, because I don't have the exact code to remove the things. Oops. There's... Okay. Let me see. Text Mesh Pro. Not on this screen. Hold up. Okay. Text Mesh Pro, not resetting icons when using extensions. Let me see if something like this. Pretty mark appears. Text Mesh Pro. You doing full-time coding or part-time? Like, do you do another job or something? Yeah, I have an actual job from 9 to 6 as a web developer. So basically that's why I don't stream for longer during the weekdays. At the weekends I can. So yeah. Basically that's it. That's why normally I only stream like 2 to 3 hours during weekdays. And even still, uh, oops. Okay. Let me see. That's not changing. No, that's not it. I'd like to update this. Let's see. Text to show. Upper component. Yes. Text component. Okay. So it should supposedly should change the text, but it isn't, which is weird. Anti-indexes for some mesh update. Let me see if running this here will change anything. Basically, my solution for Text Mesh Pro isn't really that well designed. I wanted to make things like wavy text and etc., but looks like I messed up something else. Okay, let's go into here, go back to the town and grab some berries. And what happens if I talk to the shop? That fixed it? Really? It was a force mesh? Nah, I don't believe it. Okay, there's the berry and the carrot. Well, I be damned. That was the fix. I wasn't updating the mesh. Now, my question is, does this break the shape text? Cause, yeah, I really don't know at this point. Let me see, there's a few tags that I use. One of them is for the items. For example, rarities and etc. Let me see if it shows up differently. And I go into the shop. Okay. Darkness Blast. Okay, why can't I navigate? Fortunately it was empty. Oops. Didn't mean to do that, but fair enough. Okay. Dropped items. Okay, why is... Okay, ignore that. Oh, that breaks it. Okay. You don't say. Because of this. Didn't mean to stop the debug. But yeah, I see the main issue. It's because I'm essentially replacing, and it doesn't like that, since I'm inside of for each. Um, Let me do it like this. Or actual drop items equals dropped items, but then it will do like this. And let me just check something. Hmm. Okay. So let me see. Hmm. Now it should. Oh, wait a minute. Forgot something. I need to pass this in here. Okay. Now that should work. Okay. Let's run it. Okay, I heard a notification on Discord. I have a big and intelligent brain because when I develop a website, my brain hurts for a month. Oh, don't worry. That's typical for any developer. Even I sometimes have those kinds of headaches. Don't worry. Let me just do something. I don't have streamer mode on, so... Okay, that's a bit better. Okay. I load the wrong save. Hold up. Return to title screen. Load this one. Let's see now. If I open this. Okay. Uh, Let me do the... Where's the cheat? In here. Win fight. Okay. I can buy rabbit meat from there. Win fight. Okay, this one has nothing. So it's still a bit experimental. Alright. Iron chunk. Okay. Another one that has the same issue. Okay, win fight. Okay, this one has nothing. That's... Oh, wasn't selected. That's why. Okay, if I press it again, it's still the same, but now it changed. So, that's something else that I need to also fix. Uh, Dungeon shops do not maintain their type to do. Because like this, the player could just back out, back in, and basically it would be a different shop. So yeah. Okay. And here's the boss. Win fight. Found the happy little sword. Let me compare it to the other one. Oh, it doesn't generate any different stats. Okay, that's very weird. Might be on purpose, so not going to touch that. The item icons showing in messages when not related, that's fixed. NAM64, fixed. Item icons appearing in unrelated messages. Okay, let's hope nothing bad happens. Alright, I'm going to take a small break to eat something and I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Was eating some yogurt. So, what do we have left? Let me just see this. Okay, that one makes sense. Get the spice right. Let me use something. I think the device screen isn't fully updating the. No, it should. Item box tab. Oh, I know why. Um, active tabs. That's why. Because the item box basically uses the active tabs for the buy screen. That's why. So that's why it wasn't instantly switching to that tab. Let me just give a quick test to it. And we should be safe after that. Okay. Let's go, let's go. Okay, so going to here, open up the dungeon. Okay, that one shows up fine. Okay, this one basically has nothing. Same for this one. Okay. So far, seems to be working fine. Hold up. Oh, must have pressed the wrong button. Okay. Let's try that again. Found iron chunk. Okay, it's still working. Alright. That's fixed. Fixed. By screen. Not setting the correct tab. Alright. Now, what else? Dungeon shops do not maintain their type. Let's see. That should be dungeon room button. And it should have a specific identifier for when it's room type of not chest, shop. Yeah. It's not maintaining its shop type. So private shop type, shop type. Let me just say if shop type equal null, you're going to do the code that's below. Otherwise, you're going to do this. Okay, you're going to assign this. Oh, yeah, it can't be null because it's an enum. Private bull shop assigned equals false. Let's go into here and say shop assigned equal true. Okay, and here basically need to stop the disabling part. Okay. If room type equals shop, do not claim it. If not equal. Okay. The rest can be done, just not claiming the shop itself. Is what I want to guarantee. Because this way the player can just leave the shop, do something, go back to the shop. I want to basically allow that. Okay, continue. Let's open this up. Okay, there's a shop there. Okay. I can still open the shop. Okay, a lot of duds. I think I screwed up something. Hold up. If not, shop assigned, please. Yeah, that was my mistake. Give it a second. Okay. Open this one. Let's see if the shops now look different. Okay. This one is a bakery. It keeps it. Okay. This one is the meat as well. This one. This one is the equipment shop. Okay. Okay. That seems really fine. So that's fixed. Fixed. Wait, what was the ticket number? M65. Okay. M65 fixed. Shops not maintaining their type. Okay, dungeon shops. And let me also do something. Shop assigned equals false. Okay. Alright. For now I think that's quite a good amount of bugs fixed. Let's leave the rest for later. Just going to save the project, close this down, and let's move back to the web framework. So where is the... here it is. Also going to say for it to switch on the Twitch side. Okay. Let me also check something. Did it record? No. Didn't record the stream marker. It's still a bit finicky. Let me see. Marker. Switch to web dev. Let me see if now it kinda does the thing. Yeah. Okay. That seems fine to me. So let me close down Unity, and in this one also close down this. Okay. And okay, what's up? Alright, it just bugged. Right. Let's see. So now we have something called the health checks, which is something I wanted to implement in the dashboards for the admin page, so I can monitor the health of my websites. Let me see if I already included it in the API. Yeah, I knew it was a bot on the Twitch chat. Bye bye. So, we had Discord bots selling art, and now we have Twitch bots selling art. God damn. Okay, where was I? Oh, I know. Let me see. Did I implement configure database health checks? Add health checks. Okay. Let me close this down and say ASP.NET health checks API. I want to implement this as an API for myself. Okay, add health checks, map health checks. So I'm going to run the API locally. Let me sit down, because this is going to take a lot. Okay. So did I map health checks? I did. Let's do something like open it in here. I'm going to duplicate this tab and say go into this. Like this. Okay, status healthy, duration, entries, SQL server, healthy, feedback, database. Okay. How does this work? Okay. Let me just put that as database. Okay, configure health check UI. I don't want to do that. I want now to filter this using the API key, so I can only access it with the what's it called? With the API key via my websites. Sorry, I'm a bit slow today, but yeah. Let me also check something. Did it change my tags on Twitch? No, it didn't. Okay. Oh, I think I know why. It's not website, it's web dev. So now it should, yeah. Didn't change my tags, but besides that, it's fine. Let me see if it kinda added a new line to here. Yeah. Okay. That's fixed. Alright. Then let me try to basically implement that API key also in here. Swagger UI, no. Not here. ASP.NET health checks API, implement API key also. Okay, remove this. I want to log in. Okay, that's how I have it at the moment. Database help checks, yes. Help check UI, don't want to include that. Okay, oh, I can just implement this sort of API as well. Remote endpoint is healthy. Okay, remote help check. Let's also implement that. So, yeah. Okay, sorry, I'm basically moving a lot. So yeah, let's then, where is it? Should have something related to how this is handled. No way, Alex found me. How the hell did you find me? I can't even believe you left the stream. I had to leave the stream. I had this scheduled. Sorry, Alex. Welcome. How are you? How did the stream go? Where was I? Let me see. HTTP client. Okay. I haven't implemented. What do you mean, how did I find you? It says you're live on Discord. Okay, fair enough. Touche. I forgot about that. Let me guess, you saw me in your server as live. Uh, let me see. What was I trying to implement? This. Okay. Going to basically implement a custom thing in here. Health checks. And say website health check. Exactly, so I thought I'd pop in and put you on the spotlight for abandoning me. Sorry. I really had things to do and had to come to the stream, so apologies for that. I promise next time I'll continue on the stream. But yeah, basically got me working on my websites. So yeah, a lot of coding shenanigans ensuing. So, of course, copying and pasting it would basically do something wrong. Okay, that's better. Enforce that. And say that's it. Okay, no, that's fair. How is web dev going? It's going well, just started. I spent like 1 hour and a half working on game dev. Was fixing bugs in my game, so yeah. Now I'm just working on my websites. Okay. Now, I want to pass something into here, which is private list string of websites. Okay. And you'll pass from here as well. So in your constructor, you're going to have my list of websites, like this. Okay, assign it directly, and I need to return a list. Hold up, I can do something funny with this. Enumerable of type health check result. Doesn't need to be in a sync, I think. Or does it? Wait, expression can only be used. Okay. And I'm guessing the enumerable doesn't support being in async. Yeah, needs to be task. Okay, instead of this, task like this, and say list. Okay, That's fine. Uh, Let me basically isolate this into different thing, saying that you're going to return a health check result. Check health string text, string URL. I'd also have to pass the rest. Nope, just this. Okay, URL. And I enumerable like this. No, that's a conundrum. Okay, this needs to be a task, and this needs to be a sync. Okay, that seems fine. Oh, how's the temperature over there, by the way? At the moment, let me check. It's 23 degrees at the moment. But yeah, I'm using an air conditioner at the moment, so I barely feel any heat. 4 degrees warmer than me at the moment, dang. Yeah, you're in the UK. You have AC? Yeah, I kidnapped AC. It's currently hanging on my wall. uh, for those that don't know, AC is a friend of ours, and we basically joke around because air conditioning, when abbreviated, is AC. So yeah, a few inside jokes. But yeah, and where the exhaust was put. Don't worry about it. It's in a good place. Oh god, what are you making me say? Okay. Let me say so. For results equals new list of health check results. Going to return in here. Where are you from? I'm from Portugal. Brick walls, gaming PC, and no AC makes me warm as heck. Yeah, I can imagine. I have one server that's always running, and I have a main desktop. It's mostly running all the time. My room, without an AC, it's a furnace. So yeah, I understand that pain quite well. Websites get the result. I can directly add it in here. Await, check health, URL. Okay. So what be your issue? Oh. Is this a specific? No. How is I health check used? Okay, the code is confusing me a bit. Oh. Yeah, that's specific from the thing. Okay, I need to customize this a bit. Okay, this is going to be fun. Oh, we are close. I am from Algeria. We have the same temperature. Okay, yeah, we're quite close. I mean, still a bit far, but yeah. Alex over there on the Twitch set is basically from the UK, not to reveal any sensitive information. Not that I know any. I can't get out, it's so damn hot outside. In here, over here it's not that bad. We can walk outside, but it's predicted to be 36 degrees eventually. And yeah, that for us is burning hot. So yeah, can't wait for that. Not gonna lie. It's gonna be fun. Let me see. Okay, the avatar hasn't frozen yet. So, about this help check results thing. Let me see how the class is handled. Okay, that's what I thought. This isn't going to be an easy one. Because I can't modify this. Good luck. Yeah, thank you. We are going to need it. Okay, memory health check as well. Okay, this is interesting. Okay, remote health check. Heartbeats, ping. Okay, I'm basically going to have to add a remote health check per website instead of sending a website from here. String URL. Okay, and you are going to be a string as well. Okay, return await check health for the URL. This isn't going to be really that easy to implement. Okay, so if I go back in here, and where do I need to include that? Add check, remote help check. So something like this in the add help checks. So here. Okay. This is going to be a pain. I don't want this one. I want the website help check. And how is the controller done? Okay. Do I have something to pass in the URL? No. Oh. Okay. I really don't like this. Let me think for a moment. I want to see how I'm going to basically implement this thing. So say for example, something like this. If I go into here, trying to sync this dot name. Oh. Okay. Context dot registration dot name. Let me see if, for example, if I do this, it now returns something a bit more of what I want, which is a per site health check. Okay, not on point is healthy. Okay. Now, let me pass this to the next line. And let's say, for example, professorleo.com, Nemithia, Schrodinger's codes. Hey BD, how are you? Welcome to the stream. And I just need to add the omegaleo.dev, and that should do the trick. Now if I reboot this, okay, can you Please not spam the chat, because otherwise I'm going to be forced to time you out. Thank you. Okay. Where was I? Oh, checking the new health report. HTTP client. Okay. That should be fixable. New HTTP client. And remove from here. Okay, apply changes. Restart. Yes, that should work. I have no idea what's going on. Basically, coder shenanigans. Okay. You were warned, so... Like, dude. I warned you not to spam the chat, and you go and spam the chat. So now, take 30 minutes of timeout. Okay, where was I? No, doing this. So it should now have this, like, okay, that's currently working fine. Okay. Let's see if it's working as it should. Megalio.dev remote point is healthy. Okay. Pretty print, please. Healthy, healthy, healthy. Okay. That part of the health check is also working. Okay. Now, let me add some tags to it. Although it's not needed. Hold up. Oh. It's because I added down here. As health checks. Okay, I'm impressed that worked. Must have something to say. If already added, then just add the checks that are described. Okay, I'm happy with that. Let's move on to the next part then. So it shows something like that. Yeah. Okay. But now I want to lock the health check API behind an API key, because otherwise anyone can access it. Endpoints, map controllers. Let me see how I do in the others. Service filter, API key auth filter. Should be this one. Health checks. Add service filter API key. Okay, I have the middleware already implemented. Supposedly. Add transient API key middleware configure. Health checks. Okay. What it's proposing isn't bad. It is basically add a middleware in the API to block in case there's no API key. Let me see. Middleware API help check API key middleware. This is just going to be for the API key in the help check one because other uh, the other APIs have already this implemented. Okay, should be something like this. First part starts with segments. Okay. Let's see how the code will handle this. I then need to add a transient and use middleware. Okay. Going to do it in here. Builder services, add transient for health check. API key middleware, where is it? There it is. Okay. So now I just need to say for the app to use it. Yeah. Okay. App.use middleware. Help check API key middleware. And yeah, that should be it. Restart the app. Yeah, here as much. Something isn't working properly. API middleware help check could not be located. Suitable constructor for type. Convert into primary constructor. Okay, but that doesn't change anything. I think this is trolling me. Yeah, checks. Let me see. Is the configuration doing anything? Yeah, that's what I thought. I need to pass a constructor to this. Let's do it a different way. Help check on controller. Conquer help checks. Where's the shot? Help checks UI. Help check health controller. Okay. That's exactly what I want. So instead of doing all this crap about injecting the middleware, and same for this, let's use a different way. Okay, where is it missing? Here. Let's add a new controller and call it help controller. Okay, can do the same thing that's showed here. Okay, import that. Okay, show the report. And now I can just copy what I have here, which is this. API help. Use this filter. Okay. Didn't mean to click that. Hold up. Okay. Open like this. Let me see if it now shows as it's supposed to. Okay. There go. API health, API key missing. Okay. So that is working fine. What is a report? Health report. Okay. So let's say, for example, I call in here for the index something like where do I have the client thing? Is it only in file management? Yeah. Okay. Does something like this. And get bytes async, etc. Okay. So I'm going to copy this. This is too much. Okay. Assign to read-only field. Same for this one. Okay. How is it done here? Like this. Get, not get bytes async, get async of health report. This is going to be an async task. Uh, what am I doing? Async task I action result. Okay. And I'm going to have to obtain the website ID. Oh, okay, that's just working fine. So settings. Oh, here it's not an IO options, just framework settings and set directly. Okay. Best join help and get, and in here it's just the report. Now, if I grab this and start the admin dashboard, what is going to happen? Because now I'm curious to see if it just bugs out. And let me go into here. Yes. See what I mean? That keeps popping up. It's annoying. 404 not found. Is it just help? Let me see. Health. API changes. Okay, looks like it was just nope. Unable to find a constructor to use. Class should either have a default constructor, one constructor with the arguments. Okay, just return me the JSON, please. Uh, String. I can then convert in a different way. Okay. You're going to force me to do this. Alright. Okay. Let me create custom model to basically have the health check report. Custom health check report. Okay. show me just what is returned as your response, because I currently don't have access to basically it working. Okay, give me all of this, and let me stand up a bit. Okay, Kate, new file, and to this screen, and we can stop the admin. Now, if I go into here and say public class health check entry, it has something like a name. Okay, this supposedly should convert to help check report, but it doesn't, which is a bit weird. Unless I'm using the wrong one. Let me see. What are you? Check out the thing. Health report, not health check. Wasn't that what I... Nope. Never mind, I'm done. I misread the thing. I can delete this. Okay. Go ahead. That was fun. Okay. Can you convert that one? Unable to find a constructor. So you still complain about the same thing. Efficiency realization exception. Unable to find constructor for type. Okay. That's weird. And the avatar froze. Hold up. Kalido. Okay. I'll check. Don't mind me. I'm currently really not here. So, yeah. My mind is basically just not working at the moment. So, give me a break. Okay. So, you are complaining that you can't find a constructor. Choosing constructor, etc. Is that type really that complicated? Let me see. Home controller, alt report. How is it done? Oh. Okay, that explains it. So I'm going to really need to do a custom class and say health check report and add these. Here it's set. Same for this. And same for this. And you are just a simple dictionary. That should convert correctly. Okay, and in here, pass this. Let's reboot it and see if it now loads properly that data. Okay, It did, I suppose. Okay, it has a few entries. Okay, it's healthy and shows the duration. Okay. So, communication with the API is working. I now need to basically display just the health checks in the dashboard. Give me just a minute. I need to go to the bathroom and I'll be right back. I'm back. So, let's start implementing this. To pass to the view the report and jump into here and say you have model type. Your I think it was like this. Yeah, for references. Okay, we're going to do something like this, and going to add for each entry in model dot entries. Okay, going to add a div class health panel like this to display an h4 with the entry.key and let me see, where do I have Kate? Okay, it's here. Let me see how it is for the SQL server. Okay, it's the same. Okay, so that should be good. Let me do it like this then. P, make it a span. Class status, health status, and then in here at, let me do something like this, var health. Oh, never mind. I can just pass into this the status itself. Entry dot value dot status dot toString like this, and same for here. So now that should display for each of them like a simple panel. It has the name of the endpoint and has the status, and it will change color depending on what I pass here. For now, let's test it like this first, so I can see if it's showing up properly. And then I can modify the CSS. Okay. Okay, why is it saying unhealthy? Is it not converting the status correctly? Hold up. Oh, crap. I hate it when Edge starts messing up. Okay, status healthy. Okay, they are all showing as unhealthy for some reason. Let me see if it's something related to the other class I'm converting. Health report entry. Yeah, might be because it doesn't have these as get set. Okay, public class health check report entry and give those, and in here just say get set instead of just having the get. Okay, etc, 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 and you are a dictionary. Thank you. And from now on you use that class. Okay, now I shouldn't be using any other Microsoft related classes, so it should convert properly this time. Let me see. Yeah, now it converts. It was because of that. It basically had the get and it was a read-on dictionary as well. So yeah, it was messing up. Okay, and H4 is a bit too big. But yeah. What will I use on the other ones? H2 for that one, okay. Right. Then we have the panel should be like an H5. Let's just say that. And let's say something like this can be taken off the breakpoint. That seems fine. Okay. Now, let's do some shenanigans. What I'm going to do is grab this one first and say will be a display inline block. We'll have a padding of 20. Okay. Border 1 pixel. Solid 000 and let's say 5F, making it not that much transparent, but something like that, and margin of 20 pixels. Okay, that looks quite good. Alright, and now if I try to design some sort of like a circle, how would I do it? HTML, CSS, draw circle. Let's create circles around dots. Exactly that. So this one, let's include this, and I'm going to say to add this into the CSS, and also grab all that code I was doing, like this. And now, let's see if I apply changes, what happens? Okay, I need to restart. Hold up. Let's see if the CSS now shows something. It does. It's not really aligned. Let's see if I can fix that. Like this. Vertical align middle. Yeah, I figured as much. Okay, it doesn't bother me as much, but yeah. Let me see if I can say to have the healthy one dot healthy. Wait, how was it generating? Okay, like that, yeah. And then dot. Is it like that? Yeah. And say color is green. Background color. Yeah, that's it. Okay. You're going to add a few. So unhealthy and degraded. Red, orange. Okay, you're going to do this. Okay, Kalido stopped again. What's wrong today? I think today it doesn't want me to stream. Okay. Creative. Okay, it's back to the right camera. Is it because I do like sharp movements and it doesn't like it? Because I'm not really understanding that. Okay, let me go into here and simulate a degraded and unhealthy. Okay. Let's say this one. Let's set the value to. Oops, not what I wanted. Status in here, set the value to 1. Okay, it forces that. Set the value as unhealthy. Alright. So you don't allow me to edit? Let me see. Set value as health status dot unhealthy. Okay, that worked. And health status dot degraded. Okay, go ahead. And yep, unhealthy, degraded. Okay, that looks good. I'm liking it. And we can commit that. So added again. Okay, what's wrong with the camera? Why is Kalido just... Okay, sometimes it's breaking out of nowhere and stops tracking me. That's really weird. Okay, working again. Well. Where was I? Oh, added health checks to dashboard and API. Okay. That's something off my whiteboard. And now I'm going to do something different. I'm going to create the API key management system in the admin dashboard. API key management. But first I should maybe point the admin dashboard to the right place. Okay, give me a second, my mouse is freaking out. Okay, it's working. Let me say for it to first deploy my new version of the API. So I can then do the health check saying Apple host. Yeah, let me just put that on a different screen. Okay. Going to do a poll. Alright. Okay, publish. Yep. It's publishing the thing. Hello, no. Nice to see you again. How are you? Currently, I'm doing some new things in my admin dashboard again. I'm going to do an API key management system and hopefully not reveal the API keys in the process. Let's see. Let me just edit the settings so it points to the right place. api.megalia.pt https, and I'm going to close all tabs. Okay, and let's then add a new controller that's going to be, I can no, not copy that. Let's add a new, like these ones. It's easier. I'm going to do this. Context.api-keys.include a.website order by a.website.name, like that. Say API keys. API keys. Create view with layout. Yeah, that's fine. I'm going to copy the other one. Where did it create? Views, home, API keys. Okay, it created in the right place this time. Alright. Let me do something like this. Okay, I need something different. API key view model. API keys view model. That will have a public list of API key from this one. API keys. Get set. And a public list of websites. Get set, and that's the one that's going to be on the page, like so. Now if I go into the controller and say new API key, so new model, API keys equals this, and websites I can just grab this and say websites equals websites. Alright. Let's then proceed to see how it lists on this one. It's just this table. Okay. API keys. Model.websites. Etc, etc, etc. I don't want to delete. This will be a different thing. I'm going to go into here and say class interface. No, not class interface. Not component. Hold up, I'm really slow today. So yeah. Okay. What we want is API key controller, like so, and I want to essentially have an endpoint. Okay, I need to first copy some things from here. I need this. Okay, application DB controller. Switch around to this. Okay. Public async task I action result. Generate key. Pass in the website ID. And I'm going to start by checking if first give me a list of all. No, never mind. Context dot API keys dot our API keys. I'm going to do it like this. Include a dot website if API keys dot any, where I have a dot website dot id dot toString dot equals website ID. Use ordinal ignore case. If I have any, I'm just going to grab it and regenerate. Otherwise, I'm going to add a new one. API keys dot add. Oh, yeah. Context dot API keys dot add new API key, and the ID equals GUID. Going to grab the website itself. So var website equals context dot websites dot first or default, where this okay, it's until there, and in here website equals website. That should work. Return redirect to action API keys from home. Okay, otherwise I'm going to grab this one, API key equals this one, and this might break if I'm not careful. Just saying. So
Let me see. First, our default API key dot ID equals. Can I do this? Because I'm not sure. API keys dot update API key. Because I think the ID is the identifier, so it might break if I try to do this. Just saying. So yeah. Let's try and see if something breaks. Okay, going to go into this one and say grab the material icon, material icons, refresh, yep, that one. Put it like that and say API key generate. Okay, that should do something. This is a button btn info, yeah, and I'm going to do one for the copy, but this one will be on click, and let me see, JavaScript copy to clipboard. How to copy text to clipboard? Okay. Something like this. Script copy and key. And basically what I want is just to pass this. I'm not going to use that. Okay. Worker navigator. All right. On click, copy. And pass in here the model, not the model, I need to grab the API key from this one. Okay, var key equals model dot API keys dot first or default, where a dot website equals W, if I'm not mistaken, and then in here it would be the key dot ID dot toString, just to be certain, and in here it's passing correctly. Okay, let's hope this works. Okay. Copy. Yep, I want this one. Hold up, I didn't copy the icon name. Okay. And if I go into here, where is shared layout. Okay. And going to copy this entry and say API keys, like so. And in here, let me grab an icon for a key and say API keys. Okay, let's see if this works. Okay, don't need this. Okay, the API that is published is working, which is nice. And if I go into API keys, of course, because there are certain websites that don't have one, and that makes sense. Let me then do something. Going to go into here and say if key not equal null, include that, and this needs to go to here. Can tab this, reload. Okay, we go to the API keys page, and for example, omegaleo.dev doesn't have one. Apologies, my voice is failing a bit for some reason. If I generate, yeah. If API keys.any, let me do this .toolList and see if like this it works. Let me just grab some water. Who would have guessed that talking for almost 3 hours would cost so much, right? Also, I'm seeing that the microphone is spiking a bit. Let me see what's happening. I think the gain is a bit too much at the moment. Should be a bit adjusted now. Maybe a bit more. Because I'm seeing my voice a little too much in the red. I don't know if on your side it's basically sounding right, but if it's not, please tell me so I can adjust it a bit better. Okay, now if I go into here and press this, okay, it's the same thing. So to list, just a simple tool list, and let's see. Let's take another try at it. Okay. Press this button again. Okay. I think it did nothing because I didn't context save changes async. Wait, context dot save changes async. This can return to being a task I action result, and it's an async. Reload that, and yeah, I'm going to keep my data grip open on the side so I can check if everything is working fine. So yeah, don't worry, I'm not manually tinkering around with things. I'm just preventing any leak of my API keys. So if I press this, conflict occurred in column ID. The statement has been terminated. So basically this one already has one. Let me do something like this. And say okay, like this I can basically show if there's something from websites, and basically I'm going to say show the website name, and the count will be something different. Website. Let me. That pop-up is the most annoying thing on planet Earth, I'm going to say. Okay, select count from API keys where website ID is equal to website.id. Select all of that. Yeah, omegaleo.dev is the only one that doesn't have it. So it makes no sense that it's failing to generate. Let me see what it's trying to add. Going to follow this. Pardon me. Okay. It grabs. Oh, it fails to grab the website. Now that's interesting. To list async. Let me see if it's something regarding this. Because it's kind of weird. Okay, restart that. Let me sit down. Unless I planned this very wrong, shouldn't be doing anything like this. Okay. Still returns that because the website ID is null. Oh, I know why. I'm dumb, never mind. Apply changes and restart that. I wasn't passing the website ID correctly. I was passing as ID, but it's expecting it as website ID. That's why it was failing. Yeah, there it is. F5. And now it has one. And there it is. Now, I want to test with regenerating a key. Okay. This one I can show because it's not going to be used. Okay. It will generate a new ID. Okay. And if I go into here and just do this, still has only one key, but now it should be different from that 7, I don't know what. Oh, it's part of a key and so cannot be modified or marked as modified. change the principal of an existing entity with an identifying foreign key, first delete the dependent and evoke save changes, and then associate the dependent with new principal. Okay, so in essence, we need to do this, like this. And in here, instead of an update, it's a delete. Wait, execute. Delete the sync. Maybe not. And there's a bot. Hold up. Now let me refresh this. You say bye-bye. Okay. Back to this. Dot. What would it be? Remove? Yeah. Remove API key. Do not modify this. And invoke await save changes async. So it basically deletes first and then creates a new one. Okay, API keys. And regenerate. Let's see. Okay. It's removed. Let me just check on the side. Yeah, it's removed. And if we add, we have one again. So the system is working as it should. Just going to copy this and see if it copies. Yeah. Okay, the system is working. So I'm happy with that. Why is this in my commits? Did I? Oh! Yeah, I think I uploaded this. Okay. I think it's because it's what's being used in professorleo.com in the about. If I go check in here, and I haven't created the entry for today. I need to set up some like notification for myself to like fill in the calendar. Not going to do it now, but yeah. Let me see. Okay, this is getting from somewhere else at the moment. Let me see if in the files. Oh, it's because it's my favicon. That's why. Let me add this to Professor Leo as well. Didn't mean like that. Okay, that's not implemented yet. This might not work properly. Let me see. Let me see how the images are loaded in a different place. Post list. I think I didn't finish implementing that in a page. So let me see. Layout tag helper image link equals that. Okay. So if, for example, I say just image equals this, but it will give an error. Hold up. let me do this correctly as the system supports now. Okay. And if I say image equals Professor Leo, okay, it needs to be like this. Oh crap, it's not letting me select properly. Let's see what happens now. Crap. It's not showing that well. Client get bytes async. Images get framework website ID. Okay. Because it doesn't have the file extension. For some reason that escaped when I was doing this. Oh, never mind. I am dumb. I need to also pass in the extension. Otherwise it doesn't work. Save changes. That should work. Okay. Why doesn't it work? Because we saw yesterday that it was working. At least for the favicon. Let me see how I placed in the layout. Get image. Home new file name equals favicon.png. Let me see if it's something there that isn't loaded yet. Okay, save changes. No, it's also not changing up there. So either I still haven't deployed the change for the favicon because I was doing it locally, and that's what it seems like. Yeah, give me a second. I'm going into the server to grab that change. Pull and publish. Okay, that should do something. Let's see. Okay, still not going into the right place for some reason. Passing the website ID. It should work. Sure, success status code. Response status 500 this time. But it worked on the local environment, which is even weirder. Okay, if I go and do this and this, what do you show on professorleo.com? At least in the local version. Okay. Yeah, it's loading properly on this one. So there's some kind of error when it's being done on my server. Yeah, that's quite weird. But oh well, for now I'm not going to worry too much about it. It might just be something that I'm not sending correctly. And that I can simply check in the code. Let me see, Professor Leo. The website is right. It's the same API key, but for some reason it's failing, which is incredibly weird. Let me see if in the console it just says 500. Yeah. Which doesn't make much sense, if I'm gonna be honest. Oh well, moving on. I need to get really an actual response from the API. And if I'm not mistaken, not here. API, do I have logging? I don't, right? Yeah, so at the moment I can't know if everything is working properly because there isn't any logging on my API. So what needs to be done is also include it. Where is serial log? Here it is. Copy from here to this one. Okay, but it has serial log. Is it because I don't have a logs folder and it's freaking out? Let me do something. Okay. Reload. Okay, it didn't create a log. And I'm going to suppose the same for Professor Leo. Yep. I need to implement a better logging solution. Because this right now isn't working. Maybe because I suck at programming these kinds of things. I mean, at implementing logging, I mean the rest. Yeah. Okay, let's move on from that one. If it's not working, it's not working for now, and I'll find a reason off screen. Now, where did I put my eraser? There it is. Just cleaning up my task board. Okay. And let's see. Now I have to design new websites and also finish the Professor Leo website. For that, let me check something, because in the admin dashboard I know I have the Google Fonts thing, but I don't think I have it in the other one. I don't think it's in the framework itself. Let me check, because it doesn't seem like it. Okay. And now if I do this, and let me also compare the JavaScript on the bottom, just see, like, I don't have any that belong to Google. No. Okay, seems fair. Okay, so what I want to do is essentially include material icons in the page. So I'm going to start everything from here again, and I'm going to essentially build the links that are going to be on the About Me. And I'm also going to say that this image inside of, okay, need to basically first attach a class to that image about me. Open this up. Oh, I can't exactly add a class to it, but I'm going to say profile image and profile info, like so, and say in here dot profile. Let me just see how I wrote it, because I already forgot it. Profile image, okay. Let's say for the max width of it to be 128 pixels, and see if it looks good. Height auto. Okay, something in here broke. Oh, never mind, I'm dumb. And you'll hear me say that a lot. Okay, that's better. I said for the div and not the image itself. So, yeah. Okay. Now I can essentially edit this, and let's include some links and some more information in here. So I have at the moment 8 years of professional experience with web development, most of it in ASP.NET C#, and around 6. I think I have the same experience in both game dev and web dev, except one is professional and the other isn't. Around 8 years of hobby of experience. Hobbyist experience in game dev, most of it with Unity C#. Okay, let's try. You can catch my streams at Twitch and YouTube. Let me try to include some material icons in here to see if it loads. So I'm going to open this again. Let me see if Twitch... No. That would have been easy wouldn't it? So, how would I go about loading an image in here? Because I want to build like the little social icons. And if I don't have that... Okay, it kinda has the YouTube one, but it's not the same. So, I'm going to need to implement font awesome as well, don't I? Let me see if it's already implemented. Because knowing myself, it might be. No, it isn't. Let's do it then. Font awesome. Let me start for free. Accept all cookies on websites. Use a kit. No, not a kit. Try our quick start. Like a CDN. Okay. I need to create a freaking account to use Phantasm. Yay. Hold up. And I already messed up. Okay. Just signing up. Don't mind me. Need to confirm an email. Which is it? It's this one. Finish. Okay, set password and continue. Okay. Okay, we now have this. Your kit. Create your first kit. Okay, what's the different? Pixels for me. Oh, can multi-select. Alright. Hosted by you. Yes. Okay, whatever. Give me this. And I'm going to put into here. It's really just this. Okay, start placing icons in your HTML using our simple icon syntax. Not what I wanted to do, icons. Give me one for Twitch. Okay. If I say like this, give me one for YouTube. Like so. And will it work now? Let me see. YouTube, about me, etc. That seems fine. Let me go and restart Professor Leo. Apologies. Oh, just noticed that I was speaking on mute. What I was saying is I cloned basically the posts for today, and I was going to work on omegaleo.dev now. Yeah, my goof. So let me close all of this, because I don't know if I already set up everything for omegaleo.dev, and I'll need to do it off screen in a bit. Going to copy this down here and switch to the drawing tablet, because I'm going to open Excalidraw. Let me keep an eye on this from here. Okay, reset the canvas. So my intent with hold up. As I was saying, my intent with omegaleo.dev, let's say it will be a central website where it will show a list of my dev projects, not including those that have already their own domain. So an example, wouldn't say Game Jam Games. Oh, Kalido broke again. Let me see. Does this work? Yeah. Okay. Now I know whenever that freezes, I can try to basically restart the camera capture. There's something wrong with that, but whatever. So example, Game Jam Games. Another example would be something like my library. Okay, it really is not working today. Okay. I don't know why, but this software today is really not working properly. I don't know what is going on with it. If it's because I do some sort of movement that it breaks, I really don't know. But it's weird. Yeah, so basically it would be something like that. So I'd like to do something for what is my other project that I worked on recently? System Invaders. Yeah. So it should have a link to a separate page of System Invaders. So something like System Invaders dot omegaleo dot dev, something like that, and basically the same for all others. And besides this, it should be a website to host snippets of code and some of my tutorials. To host code snippets. And what else? Yeah, this marked as posts. Exactly. And what else can I add to my development website? Because basically I want to keep this separate from my portfolio website, in a way. If I'm making any sense at the moment. Because I know how insane this must be sounding. But yeah. What else could I basically include here? Because, yeah. I mean, I could also say tutorials as posts. Something like that. Basically a simple website. I can even copy the layout from omegaleo.pt and use that. But first, let me off screen just configure the API key for that website, because at the moment it's using one that belongs to something else. Oh, I don't even have the omegaleo.dev. Hold up. Okay, in here also any tools embedded in a browser. Imagine I do some tool in Godot, Unity, whatever that can be embedded in the browser. Also include those, because eventually I might do something like that. Yeah. So let me grab now the information about this website. It's this one. And the website, oh, placed it in the wrong place. Silly me. API keys. It's this one. Okay. Let me close the app settings and maybe close all tabs, so there isn't any issues. But yeah, I'm going to pass this over here again. Now that the explanation is done, and I'm going to basically clone this, but with a different thing. Edit configurations. Grab me this one. Copy. Galileo.dev. And the flag is Oh, for some reason it doesn't. Oh, there we go. It's not letting me do this. Let me just check that it doesn't expose anything. Okay. Let me see if this is going to work. ASP.NET Core environment. Okay, has to be something like this. So it points to the right app settings file. Eventually, I'll also have profile just called this. Okay, let's rename it like that. So there isn't any confusion. Okay. And edit configurations. Okay, it's already created them. Alright. So now if I go and start my API. Sorry if my voice isn't like really animated at the moment per se. For some reason I'm feeling a bit like my voice isn't working properly, if I'm making any sense. Yeah, must be because I'm a bit past my usual for the stream, so yeah, starting to feel a bit that initial exhaustion while I'm not getting used to it. So yeah. So open the admin. Okay, opens a new window here. And let's copy the layout I have for Omega Leo. Oh, I already had one for Omega Leo Dev. Okay. Let me see then. For this one, let me find where is the logo. Not this one. Should be this one. And upload it like that. Okay. And let's do the same for omegalia.dev. Okay, upload. Right. Now, what happens if I try to load the omegaleo.dev website? Let's see, because now I'm a bit curious. Okay, give the 1790. Oh, I know why. Hold up. Un momentito, por favor. I'm pointing to the wrong address again. Okay, that's fixed. And let me edit something here. Say the default is Edge for you. And debug again. Let's see if now it loads properly. Because it was opening up in my Chrome. Okay. Not 100% working, but we're getting close. Not what I intended to do, but okay. So something with the main API is throwing an error. And I think I know why. Hold up. Let me see something. API uploads. Okay, it does have the uploads. Now I'm curious. Why is it not getting the right thing? Oh, in this case it's not even going to this API. It's going to the local one. And most likely the local one doesn't have that file. Because admin dashboard is now pointing to a different place. So let me try something. I'm going to say point to api.omegaleo.pt API and go back here, debug. I wonder if it's because of that. I don't have the file locally because it's no longer uploading there. Yeah, it was because of that. Okay, but now the image isn't quite that well sized. And for some reason the favicon is still that one. Let me do something first. I'm going to upload the favicon. Any of this is fine. Say it's the favicon. Same for megaleo.dev, favicon. Let me see if now it was a proper favicon. Nice. And I can now basically do this. Navbar brand image. Okay. Going to say to use this class image and say width 32 pixels. Trying to do a few things. Display inline block. Okay, not on that one. Display inline block. Yeah, that's it. Let's make it like 48 pixels. Okay. Going into hold up. First, let me grab this. Okay, omegaleo.dev. Save changes. Let me see if I already did those changes. Navbar A. Actually, it doesn't look like it. So I can include these ones in here. Save changes and reload. Okay. It looks a bit different now. Navbar brand image. Oh, I did it there. For some reason, I did height and not width. That isn't a good choice. Here. Let's say width 48 pixels. Important. And I'm going to copy this to the Megaleo one as well. Okay, that's a bit better. But yeah, it's a bit too big. Mostly because what I did with the height of this navbar. Min height. Do I have something like a max height somewhere? That's quite weird. I must have done something incorrectly at a given point. Let me see. Did style sheet, not enough bar. Am I limiting the height somewhere? That's not noticeable. Okay. So, for example, I said that the navbar will have a height of fit content. Yeah, it's not as much. 120 pixels. Okay, let's adjust to essentially be 64 pixels, maybe a bit more. Something like that. And the same for what's that called? Okay, let me open this navbar nav. Where's the 3? It's up here. Say .nav. Okay. And the li should also have that height, supposedly. Line height. Okay, that doesn't change anything. Might be this. .nav a. Okay, it does something. Vertical align middle. Okay, that does nothing. Okay, for now, I'd say that's good enough. And I can do adjustments later on. Okay. I forgot the one about setting the height of the navbar, didn't I? Oh, but it's here. Just might need an important. Control F5. Okay. Must be because the API is keeping a cache. We just see something. Okay, this time Kalido really froze. Let me reopen Kalido. And switch to this. Okay, it's working again. Let's hope now it works for real. And let's see. So I can't exactly hope that this updates until the cache is basically cleared for the website, which might take a while. But yeah, for now, let's set it like that. And I can basically work on everything else. So history. This space is currently under construction over at ahref https twitch.tv Professor Leo Twitch and ahref https youtube.com at Megaleo live. Apologies. Okay, it's something bothering me. YouTube. Close the A. Okay, and I forgot the H3. Close a main tag. Okay, save changes. Okay, that looks good. And let me just check something over here. Okay, that looks good. Okay, I was just checking how the live was performing. Alright. I think I'm going to take a break for now and return later. So yeah, I'm going to add to the schedule a new live stream for continuing web development, and let's see if I can basically finish this. So yeah, I'll see you guys soon, and I'm going to take a nap.